Hey friends, this is Bobby Shanks, author of the book Undateable, and today we have episode 2 of Undateable, and we have an exciting new program for you today. And I want to introduce you to my special guest and today's co-host, Christina.
Hello.
All right, so tell us something unique, fun about Christina.
Unique.
You're a spicy Italian, we know that.
I am a spicy Italian.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you say your filter is?
Oh, I have no filter. None.
Okay, so on a scale of 10,
filter whatsoever.
1 to 10, you've defeated the question of 1 through 10 and you've said 0.
0.
This is exactly why she's on here.
That's why I'm here. That is why
exactly
Bobby asked me to. That's why you asked me to be here, because I have
All right,
zero
hold on.
filter.
Episode 2, cheers.
Cheers. I can't reach.
Here we go. I'll reach to you.
Cheers.
Beep. All right.
I'm short, remember? You almost had me sit on the pillow.
You are a little short girl. Are you even 5 foot?
Good things come in small packages.
True that. How tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
Oh, okay. You're a little bit under the average.
And a half.
All right, so let's get this thing kick-started the right way. We're going to start with requested or rejected. Okay, do you need any help? Do you know what requested or rejected is?
Oh, I know what it is. I've watched.
She studied.
I studied.
Ian?
All right, so our first
Hit us.
topic, and this is a throwback to episode 1. We had some requests to discuss this a little bit further, but we're talking about first date sex again.
First date sex.
Requested or rejected?
I know my answer. You go first.
Requested.
Okay. Why?
But, well, it depends.
Well, yeah. Okay. So let's talk about this.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. If you're like a late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50 something, let's just say somebody, definitely an adult single.
Right.
You've probably been married, not necessarily, okay, but as a percentage, and now you're divorced, right? So you know what you like. You're familiar with yourself. You're a full-grown dang adult. Most of the time, your first date was preceded by a lot of times hours of texting, FaceTiming, other types of communication.
Right.
Okay. Take it from there.
So it's not necessarily a first date, because like you said, you've already been talking, you've already been communicating. You may have shared some pictures, maybe, or some memes, So it's really not a first date.
I'm actually blushing right now.
I know. And so you probably kind of have a feel for each other already. It's
Okay.
not like
Yeah.
it's not your first rodeo, for sure.
True that.
And especially now with COVID. People are probably talking a lot. Like, you're texting back and forth, you're FaceTiming back and forth, because there's not a lot of places that are open where you guys can go and actually meet.
True that.
So when you do finally get to meet up, it could be weeks. And not just because of COVID, but our schedules.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
we work, I work full time. I have a full time job. I'm a single mom. You're a single dad.
Yep.
So, and it's like I got lots of stuff to do. I got chores. I got housework to do. I got inside and outside the house to take care of.
Yeah.
So, and it's trying to find that time that you can both meet up.
You do wear a wedding ring, but tell us a little bit about that, because I know you a little bit.
Yes.
Tell us, what does that mean?
It's actually my mom's.
Right.
She passed away 2 years ago. And when she passed, she only had the one band on, and I found her diamond and other band in her jewelry box.
Awesome.
And I have to have it every day. It's something I have to wear every single day.
Yeah.
And yes, I could wear it on the other hand, but it's a little snug. So I choose to wear it on my left. Mm-hmm. And
do you have the COVID-20? I do.
Kind of COVID-15.
Okay.
I'm not quite to the 20 yet, but it's getting there.
All right, Ian, hit us with a hot topic.
Yeah.
Next one.
So let's talk, and I'm going to throw this one out. I put this one in slightly under the rug just to see
Oh,
and get
no.
your natural reaction.
Okay, so you're saying this is a topic that I am not.
You have not heard of before.
Oh.
So we're going to talk about the dad bod. Requested or rejected.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah.
Now, you can abstain from this one if you
Who,
don't
me?
want. Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Do you?
Absolutely not.
I don't know if you're.
I have very strong opinions on that. And here
I
it
don't know
goes.
if you're looking into the dad bods when you're at the gym or anything.
No, here's the thing. People who know me locally, I'm super passionate about men's health. I have been, because I used to have a big old dad bod. I mean, I was over 300 pounds. I just wasn't healthy. I wasn't in a good place. I, stressed out, overworked, whatever. And I kind of had this man in the mirror. You haven't even heard the story. I kind of had this is many years ago. I had this man in the mirror moment where I literally got out of the shower. I stood butt naked in front of my mirror 5 minutes from here in a house I lived in at the time. And I'm like, what the F? This is not me. This is not the husband I'm supposed to be. I was married at the time. Yep. This is not the dad I'm supposed to be. Like, this isn't who the world is supposed to see from me. And I just got my shit together. Like, that happened, and there's a storyline that goes with it before that, but that happened like on a Thursday or Friday, and that Monday at the Arnold Rec Center, I started boot camp, and I was in boot camp at 5 a.m. Monday through Thursday for like the next 6 or 7 years.
I was going to say, I may have seen you there, but I wasn't there at 5 a.m.
Yeah. So now, having said that, there is and I want you to weigh in on this. Okay. I'm fit. It's a personal choice that I make. And I also know that there is a very large percentage of the dating population, single gals like yourself, from whatever age, 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, that will look at a guy like me and be like, hell no. Mm-hmm. No way.
Yeah.
I am not.
I've been that person.
Yeah, I'm not going to date a guy like that because he's A, B, and C personality.
Exactly.
And X, Y, Z, whatever. And they want the good old, everyday, steady, reliable dad bod.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Right.
Like, I'm not shopping for a supermodel.
And there's nothing wrong with the dad bod.
Nope.
I mean, I don't
think there is.
I've met a lot of guys who have dad bods.
Yeah.
And they are the nicest people. And it's just,
Absolutely.
I just didn't connect with them, and I don't look at just their body or their, it's not just an image thing. It's the whole package, actually. But yeah, I get it though, because there's a lot of guys. There was a time where I would see guys like you. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, oh, he's arrogant. He goes to the gym all the time. He posts his pictures of him working out. Mm-hmm. He does all this stuff. And
I have been accused of taking too many selfies at the gym.
But now,
recently, actually.
So that was at one time I would look at those pictures and be like, oh, another guy posting his pictures at the gym. But now I see your pictures and I'm like, not intimidated, but I'm just like, it's inspiring, actually. It's like, it makes me want to do more. And yeah.
All right. Dad bod, requested or rejected?
Requested. There's nothing wrong with it.
You know what?
I'm good with it.
I'll go with requested.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got a lot of bros out there that are single. They just, it's a personal choice. And sometimes those choices are made for them and they just don't hit the gym or eat the way I do. But they're freaking awesome dudes.
They are, and teach their own. It's like, as long as they love me. As long as you love me, I'm okay with it.
Oh, that's a whole other topic. All right. Hot, fresh, new, hit us.
All right. So third topic is, and this is a heated debate. This one might go a little long, but girls splitting the check on a date.
Oh,
that's a good one. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Can I I went first on the last one. Okay, you go first
Okay,
this
no.
time.
Girl splitting the check, right?
Yeah. Requested or rejected?
I got a story. I
Reje-
got a story.
Well, I shouldn't. I say rejected, but
Come on now.
it's tough.
Come on.
I have no problem with paying for my own meal
Yeah.
on a date. I have no problem with it whatsoever. There's been numerous dates that I've been on, and I will always offer to pay for my meal, drinks, whatever it is. But when I go on a date and I say, "Can I get that? Can I? I'll take care of it," and they say yes. I'm a little taken back. I am. I'm a little taken back.
That's happened?
It has happened.
Oh.
Not just once.
Oh my gosh.
Numerous times.
Look, I know
numerous times.
I still can't believe that happens.
It happens, and I
blows
don't
my
mind
mind.
paying for myself. Okay, I'm a very independent woman.
Absolutely, yeah.
I work. I take care of myself. I work a full time job. I can take care of me. I don't need somebody else to take care of me. And they say yes, and it throws me back a little bit. I'm like, oh my god, really?
Now,
But. So I go ahead and do it. I don't say anything. I just let it go because
Let it go.
yeah. And I think, okay, I'm gonna see what happens next time. So there's
Okay, so that was going to be my first
Yeah.
question. Is there a second?
yes.
Okay.
So there have been second dates.
So
with
if
these
everything else
guys.
is cool, and that's the one little,
Yeah, there's been second dates
Okay.
with them, and like I said, I always offer. And the second time around, I offer, and they say, okay. That's when I draw the line.
oh yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
here's my
I've
story.
Been used.
okay, go for it. I've got a story after this for you. So.
Okay, so super quick. First of all, I'm old fashioned. I
And that's
have
kind of a good thing. I like that.
I have dated or been on dates with women that I full well know are substantially much higher income earner than myself. And I do okay, right?
Yeah.
For a Midwestern dude.
Yep.
I've also been on dates with gals that are food stamp. As a guy, I don't really give a shit about a woman's income or financial. I care about the woman.
Right.
Right. I care about what comes out of her mouth, what comes out of her heart, how she treats me. Right. I'm kind of chickish that way. Maybe it's the old age. I don't know. But listen to this. My first experience with, and I remember this gal. This is how impactful it was. I remember her name. I was in Waco, Texas in 1996. Woo! Who's adding up the years now? And I went to a diner with this. Look, she'll probably never see this, but I'm just going to say it in case she does. Smoking, off the charts, red hot redhead.
What? So you like redheads?
I liked her.
Okay.
Her name was Olive Isis Thompson.
Wow. Okay.
Oh man, my memory for this kind of stuff is
Yeah.
it's better than 2020.
Okay.
We were college kids, and we went to this little diner. We walked. Neither one of us had cars. We had to walk from campus to this diner, and we had dinner. Like a burger and fries or whatever it was, and she literally took a wad of money. I was probably like 5 ones or something, and
that's a wad.
of cash in her hand.
But you said 5 ones.
Well, it was a
That's
burger joint.
$5. I mean, that's not a lot of money. Okay, go ahead.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, right. Okay.
That's what adds to the story.
Okay.
And she throws it across the table. And I'm like even then I was old fashioned. You know what? Even then, my daddy and my mommy's like, you're gonna take a girl out, you're gonna pay for that.
Well, yeah.
Or if you can't pay for that, you shouldn't be taking that girl out.
Right.
And that was my first experience. with a woman offering to pay for a date, and even then I rejected.
I
So
was gonna say, did that offend you? That she offered?
no,
Or no?
I was so young. I didn't know.
Right. Okay.
It's the first time it ever happened.
Yeah.
Like,
So see,
it's
you were
like
young.
the first time that you.
I am 44 now, so and this has been going on recently. So I'm well into my 40s,
Yeah.
and they accept me paying for them. Not just
I
the
would
first
never do
time
that.
around, but the second time around.
If I did something like that, I deserve to be I don't even deserve to be punched in the face. Bruce Lee should be resurrected out of the grave and flat out sidekick me.
And like I said,
the
I
jaw.
have no problem paying.
No
for
offense
myself.
if you're a dude and you
no
do that.
problem paying for myself. I mean, I don't mind taking care of others. I love to take care of other people.
Well, you're Italian.
But yeah, that's right. But there comes
That's a spicy
Man.
meatball.
But there comes a point where it's like, okay, come on.
Yeah.
When you realize they're taking advantage of you.
All right, Jedi, I want to hear your story.
All right, so this is a complete 150% rejected for me. And here's why.
I'm a reject.
So my first date with my current girlfriend of a very long time, she didn't think it was a date. And we went to the movies and I paid for her ticket. And that for her turned it into a date. And had I not done that, I would not have met her, or we wouldn't have gone any further than that, because I think the guy paying for the meal turns that whatever you're doing into an official date. And if you're not paying as the guy, you are probably not ready to go on a date.
How old are you?
26 now.
You want to know something?
You still a baby.
I know, but listen to what he just said.
I know.
Look, I'm going
I
to tell
know.
you something, and you'll get this.
I will.
There is something inside of a man. I don't care if it's 2,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, or 2 weeks ago. Just like there's something inside of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
We know our role.
Yes.
And all of this gender equality,
BS.
I'm trying not to use the F word,
BS.
is crap.
It is crap.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Crap.
If you're a woman and you want to land the next population on Mars because you're so freaking smart, high five.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about gender equality and income or the workplace. I'm talking about in the human condition.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
I have found guys have been.
High five to you.
I'm
I'm
cutting
right
off.
there with you.
To our audience out there, every week we're going to start the podcast off with, regressed or rejected. Send us those topics. A lot of these topics that we talked about today were actually sent in to us by viewers, so keep those coming. But every podcast we're going to have like a main topic, and we're going to move on to that today or right now. And so this is one that is kind of unique to our special guest here today. And it's kind of something that I think doesn't ever get talked about, but it really needs to. And is there a stigma with divorced people and starting to date again? Is there any sort of negative stereotype, negative stigma? I have no idea what's going on in this world, so you guys talk about it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to kick this off.
Yeah.
Okay, so just one moment while I channel my Lotus, my
here we
inner
go.
Zen here. So the answer to the question is yes. And actually, this kind of gets to why one of the reasons why I wrote this book is because there's so much focus on marriage and all great things, and like I said the first time, single people were kind of in the shadow. It's not that we're forgotten; it's just that people have the wrong perception.
Single lives matter.
SLM. Hashtag
Single lives matter.
single lives matter. So here's the deal. Being divorced, it's a death. Imagine being madly in love with somebody and they die in a car wreck. You can get closure.
Yes.
At some point, right? A year, maybe 10 years, I don't know.
Yeah.
But imagine being in love with somebody or not in love with them, but either way, I'm going to say in love with somebody for the purposes of today's talk,
Yes.
and they're dead. And yet you can see them in Walmart. You can see them at church. You can see them at school. You can see them walking down the sidewalk to go to the same restaurant, and you see them with somebody else.
Yeah.
That's a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
And that's a huge topic for divorced people is, and in my book, resentment, baggage, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, I didn't want to make this all serious. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not serious for me.
Okay. So, we got to deal as single people. We got to deal with that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mean we just got to deal with it as a topic. Like, we got to get inside and we got to peel that nasty, ugly, soury, vinegary onion, and we got to peel it back and we got to deal with it.
Yeah.
And the sooner we do it, the better we are.
And it's not easy for everybody. I'm very lucky. I don't know how your divorce was. But mine was easy. I mean, I shouldn't say easy, but it was very amicable. You know, I love my daughter's dad.
Good.
I still love him.
Yeah.
It's her father. We still do things for each other all the time. You know, if he needs something, I'll do it. You know, if
High
I
five.
need something, I've noticed that he's never hesitated to take care of me. We have a great relationship.
so good.
We actually talk more now than we did when we were married.
That's something I've heard a lot is that
Yes.
once there's
Yes.
that like official bond that's broken, it kind of
Yeah.
goes back to just being people again.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Right. And I have. He's a great guy. You know,
Yeah.
he is, and it's like it just didn't work for us.
Yeah.
You know, and
So
my daughter
question.
has the best of both worlds now. You know,
Just real quick. How long were you guys married? Ish.
we were married
Ish.
for almost 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 years.
Was and by the way, anytime I ask a question, I'm also prepared to answer the same question.
Sure.
Or it wouldn't be fair. Was your marriage a success or a failure?
Success. Definitely a success.
High five.
Yeah, high five.
That's,
it was.
That is the right
it
answer.
was because you know what? It produced a beautiful daughter. You know, without him, I wouldn't have had her.
Yeah.
And like I said, him and I get along great. I mean, we are I would say we're the best of friends. You know, I don't know about him.
Yeah.
He probably thinks that and this is funny because Bella, my daughter, will say, when you call Dad, sometimes he sees you call and he's like, ugh. And it's because I call him so much. And I do.
Is he not as talkative as you
He's
are?
not as talkative as I am. I mean, I
That's
talk
awesome.
a lot. I mean, I can talk. And you know I can talk.
Oh, I do know.
But, and there's been a few times where I've told him, oh my God, Bella, my daughter, she will just not shut up today. And he's like, well, where do you think she gets it? I'm like, I don't know. It's not for me, you know? But, yeah, no, I'm very fortunate because I have a lot of friends whose divorces have not been as good. as
Oh, I
ours.
know.
There's a lot of hatred. There's a lot
Yeah.
of bitterness. There's just,
Yeah.
we didn't have that. From day one, I told him, this is not about us. This is about her.
Yeah. So I'm
know.
going to say something. I mean, I didn't know this was going to be a topic. And the purpose of doing this podcast, writing the book, is to be raw, to be authentic, and to put my my life out there to be judged and monitored and criticized. So here it is. My divorce from my wife was not pretty. And if I'm going to be authentic, it wasn't because of her.
Yeah.
She pulled the trigger. And now, many years later, I'm glad that she did, because we weren't happy.
Right.
Our marriage was successful, but it did run its course.
Yeah.
And so I kind of say all of that to say this. After the tornadic, tumultuous dust of our divorce settled, in fact, it was a little over a year ago, I made a personal choice that I was going to be the best ex-husband that any ex-wife has ever had.
That's awesome.
And it depends on whether you're the man or the woman, because it just depends on who's the most pissed off, who's the most bitter, who's the most whatever.
I mean, but
in this scenario, it was me.
You bitter?
Emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm always like a super happy, positive dude. I always have been.
Right.
But in that scenario, because when I said I do, like, I don't care what shit went down. I was in for life.
I was too.
Yeah.
I was too. And so when we did get divorced and I realized it's time to go our own ways, it was tough. It wasn't,
Yeah.
I never planned on being a single mom now,
Yeah.
So-
when I got married, I planned on it being forever.
Yeah.
So
So,
do-
Ian, what do you think so far about what we've kind of discussed?
Kind of explain this to someone who's younger and who's never experienced this, or people who are going through it now. Does being divorced make it harder, easier? Like, what's your experience having been divorced and trying to find someone to even just spend a weekend with?
Yeah. Okay. So
I think it's hard. Well, I should say it's hard.
there's two sides to every coin, but it's the same
hard
coin.
in these days because dating isn't like it used to be. You
No.
know. Now, if I would have gotten divorced, let's see, I'm 44 now. So if I would have gotten divorced back in my early 30s, like 20s, things would have been a little different. Like, I mean, dating isn't what it used to be. It's harder.
No.
It's harder now.
So true.
So hard now,
So true.
to date in this world than
Yeah.
what it used to be.
Okay. So here's my thought. If you are single, now let me just say something. I know people that are in their 20s,
Yes.
like single moms with 4 kids,
Yeah.
and they're
love 'em.
single.
Yeah.
All right. So this isn't like a 40-something dilemma.
Right,
Right.
that's
So
true.
this is anybody and everybody. So if you're a young person and you're single, with or without kids, with or without a divorce, but for the purposes of this topic, let's say with a
Right.
divorce, it's both, Ian. It's harder and it's easier.
Yeah.
What makes it harder is that you're mature, you're wiser, you're older, you've got some life experiences.
Exactly.
Especially in your 20s, right? Because you said younger people,
Yeah.
where the other people your age just might not be able to meet that,
Yeah.
right? That whatever that criteria is you have.
Yes.
And we're saying younger people, but the same is true if you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s too. Now, on the other side of this coin, it's easier because it's like, look, I've been married, I've been divorced.
Yeah.
Here's all of the tattoos. Here's all of the scars, all of the bruises. Here's the calluses on my hand.
Right.
Can we just cut through all the BS
Yeah.
and just enjoy
Life.
a dinner, a drink? Can we
Life.
go to the wine? Can we just enjoy a little bit of life, right?
Yeah.
For this 2-hour date, or if we decide that like we really like each other, can it just be easy?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But
it's not.
It's not easy. And okay, so what gets in the way?
It feels like it's a
What gets in the way?
Um,
What makes it hard? I have an answer.
there's a few things that make it hard. Jobs, your children, if you have children, and depending on their age.
getting in the way of our
No, I'm not saying they get in the way.
I know, I'm just.
But it depends on their age. Are they self-sufficient? Are they at an age where you constantly need to be there?
Yeah.
And when my daughter was younger, I really didn't date a whole lot. I got divorced, and when I got divorced, my daughter she was 2 going on 3.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't remember her dad ever living with us. It was her and I. And I was very adamant about going on dates. It's just like, do I want to send her off to somebody so I can go on a date, or so I can go out and have dinner and drinks with somebody?
When do you reach a point when you're like, I'm single? I'm single. This is me. This is going to be my life. When I get old, I'm not going to sit on the rocking chair on the front porch with the love of my life. I'm going to sit on that rocking porch by myself.
With my whiskey.
With my whiskey, looking at the beach, praising Jesus, doing my own thing. When's that point? Because I know people that have reached that point.
And sometimes I think I may have reached that point. I mean, and I'm only 44. But you know what? I like being by myself.
You get used to it, don't you?
You do. You can do what you want. I mean, if I want to walk around the house and don't have any makeup on and don't have my eyelashes on, I can do that. It's freaking great. It's awesome, I mean,
Yep.
But it's just like we talked about earlier, dating can be exhausting. It's just, and I'm okay with being by myself. I have no problem being by myself.
Me too.
I can take care of
I
myself.
am now.
I've learned to become very handy at home, There's some things I can't do. And that's why when we talked earlier, some guys I think are intimidated by me because when they find out that I can do stuff and I don't need them, they're kind of like, what? You don't need me? Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't need a man.
Oh my god.
I don't need a man.
We just need to film like 50
But-
hours at once because
Yeah.
let me tell you something as a man, okay? Oh,
I don't need a man. I'm pretty self-sufficient. There's a lot of things I can do, but it'd be nice to have somebody.
I just want to rip this apart.
Go
It's
for
like an alligator in a swamp. I just want to jump in there and wrestle the shit out of it. Because this is a great topic. Because there's so many women like you.
I know.
I'm going to say, honestly, most of the single women I know are just like this.
Yeah.
And they can't find a man because there's just not a man strong enough.
Yeah.
Mentally. And we're in the Midwest. Like, we're all manly men. Like, we
You're not all
we
manly.
have
You're
axes
not
and
all
chainsaws
manly
and
men.
shit.
So-
No, they don't all. Have
Okay,
that.
I have to get all scientific on you, and I think we've had this conversation before, but there's the old adage that weak men make strong men, and then
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah. No,
good-
say it.
yeah,
Bring
good-
it. Bring it.
good times make weak men. Good times make bad times, or bad times make strong men, and then but it goes in way.
Yeah.
I'm
So
botching this,
here's what
but
it is.
Long story short, we are in a weak men generation.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
So I want to get your feedback on this. Weak dads make strong boys. They grow into strong men. And strong men, strong dads, make weak boys.
Not in
Now-
all cases.
Now,
but
we don't deal in absolutes here, okay? This is about averages.
What do you consider a weak dad or weak man?
there's two types of people in this world. There's people that let things happen, and then there's people that make things happen.
True.
So we're just
yeah.
in a cycle now, in my opinion, where
Right, it's a cycle.
the percentage of men and women out there that are making things happen is lower than the percentage of people that are letting things happen to them.
Yeah.
We're just in that period, but
We are.
you also will know, and you'll see this come in the next generations, or maybe 1 or 2 generations from now, it'll be completely flipped.
Yeah.
Now, so Ann and I, 2 men, we're in agreement.
Right.
I want you to speak for women on that notion.
And keep in mind, this
Question.
is a 60-40 thing. It's not.
Yeah, it's not
an
absolute.
absolute. It's 60% weak, 40% strong. Then it's the opposite in other generations. But
So here's the question.
that tips the scales.
Do strong women make strong women? Or do strong women make weak women?
I think strong women make strong women.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hands down. And you know what?
I
And that's
consider
not
myself
now.
a strong woman.
Oh, absolutely. That's
I
not
feel
now.
I'm strong. Yeah.
It's been that way for millennia.
Right. I think I'm pretty strong. At one point, I would have never
Man.
thought of myself as strong, but then I kept hearing it.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, "Oh my God, you're the strongest person I know. You're the strongest person I know. You're so strong." And
Yeah.
then I thought about it. I'm like, God, I really am. I try to be, and not just for me, but for my daughter.
Yeah.
And she sees what I do. She's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I think she is or not, she's watching. And so everything I do, I think, okay.
So I'm going to use a biblical reference.
Okay.
In the Bible, when you look at male characters versus female, men are called, call it ordained, to go and seek God, go and seek the Lord, go on the mountain, go into the desert, go into the garden. Women are not.
Very true.
And that is because God shows up for women right where they are. In that moment, in that circumstance, whatever it is. It's biblical, pretty much
Yeah.
across the board.
It is.
Esther, woman at the well.
Yeah.
See, so to that point, women are always adapting. They're ready. They're stronger. Am I making sense?
You are making
Okay.
sense. Yeah.
It's the truth.
We do. I think
It's
we
absolutely
adapt.
the truth.
I think we adapt more than men do.
Absolutely. Men are idiots.
And no matter if it's with our children or if it's with our job or if it's with, we just learn how to adapt.
Yeah.
You know.
By the way,
We know
just
what we need to do to make ends meet.
footnote. This is a book written by a man,
Yeah.
written for men. And, just the way it works in with literature, I know that a large percentage of my audience is going to be women.
It will be women.
Yep, it'll be women.
Just like your other site,
Oh, yeah,
the locker
that,
room.
Yeah, the locker
you
room.
originally did that for men.
It was all about men.
And when I first saw it, I was like, well, I'm kind of interested in what you have to say.
All right, so in conclusion, are you happy being single?
I am.
Me too.
I am.
I am happy being
I
single.
am.
I want someone at some point.
Yes,
At
I
the-
agree.
In the right time, in the right circumstance.
I agree.
But to your point, I definitely have adapted post-divorce
Mm-hmm.
to being happy alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy alone. You know,
And
like you
wanna
said,
know
it'd
something?
be nice to
It
have
shows
somebody.
in you. It shows in you.
Yeah, my daughter is my main priority.
And for
I'm
those
sure
it
it's the same
doesn't
with
show,
you.
it doesn't show.
Your kids probably are your main priority too, in your job.
Oh, yeah.
You
Oh, my
know?
gosh.
But my daughter is my main priority. You know, if I meet somebody, so be it. You know, if it works out, great. If it doesn't, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So much. Thank you to our producer, Ian.
Thanks, Ian.
Episode 2. Peace out.